Hey everyone, it's the Nitty Professor asking the question today of how I can stay true to my heritage boot predilection while still looking dressy enough for those Thanksgiving gatherings. So a lot of you, if you're anything like me, you might be tempted to just put on, your most comfortable pair of mock toes, but there might be a way to enjoy the same degree of comfort and good looks while looking just a little bit dressier. So we're going to explore 5 options this evening for somewhat dressier heritage boots that you can enjoy at a Thanksgiving gathering. So we're going to start off with the White's Main Street, and these boots I bought in the store in Spokane, and they're a little dressier. They have a bit of a more slim profile and less, mock toe look to them. Slimmer profile, we have a day-night sole, beautiful suede leather. These are calfskin lined, and therefore they're extraordinarily comfortable. As you can tell, I've gotten a lot of use out of these, and I will continue to get a lot of use out of these. But because they have a little bit more sophisticated last, they just look a little bit dressier. So they would go great, I think, at a Thanksgiving gathering, even at, a party, a dinner, whatever, family gathering, and still feel super comfortable with this suede leather over the calfskin lining. And we have like a little bit more detail, a bit of a thinner lace with your somewhat smaller hardware. So this would be a great choice, and also still holding up to the weather, giving you the comfort that you expect from wearing really high quality heritage boots. Let's explore a second option, which is a little bit more playful. I've got a pair of boots here from Taft. I'm pretty sure I learned about those from Stridewise. These are made in Spain, whereas the boots I just showed you are American made. But these are fun. I bought these in Manhattan a couple years back. And some of you, if you've been with me for a while, you've heard me sort of bemoan the fact that I hadn't been working to get them broken in, but that has since changed. I'm making some progress. Here, I'll hold this for you right side up. They're a pretty decent quality. The thing about these boots that makes them is just the fact that you've got this sort of tapestry fabric, playful, fun stuff going on. Has the studded leather sole, which I really like, which again gives you slimmer profile. They're just kind of dressed up. They're not like out there extraordinarily expensive things like that. It's just more of a fun way to add some color and some sort of brightness and enchantment. Maybe they've got birds on them, flowers. It's a really fun print. And I enjoy wearing these now that I'm finally getting them a little bit comfortable. You can see there that I'm slowly breaking in the foot area of the boot, and the sole also is showing that I've put a couple miles on them by now. So I'm enjoying these, and they are fun to wear at parties, honestly. I think that's really what they're best suited for. I've even seen them worn at things like weddings, which is cool, So a third, even a little bit more sophisticated option would be your Rancort Byron boot. And these are it's a boot that I got, I think I bought them online a couple years back. These are in a black chrome excel leather. See if I can get them out of their lovely shoe bags here. And these have a somewhat low profile Vibram sole. So they're great for the weather at this time of year, especially if you live where I do, where we got, dare I say, unwanted dose of snow and ice yesterday. But these boots, let me make sure I'm holding them right side up for you. These boots are by Rancort, which is in Maine. They're extraordinarily well constructed, beautifully made. The leather is just fantastic. You can see the grain on this gorgeous chrome excel leather from Horween. It's supple and it's black, which goes with almost everything. We do have a bit of a storm welt going on these, which is helpful, again, for inclement weather. And they just have a really good last for something that looks more urbane and not necessarily like you just got done walking the dogs in the farmyard, which is kind of what I do most of the time when I need to have boots on. So the Byron from Rancort. Let's look at a couple of other options. I've got a nice pair of Chelsea's from Astrolex, which is, as many of you know, is a company from Italy. Bought these boots when I was in Copenhagen. And these are, again, they're just a really slick looking option. Chelsea's are available more and more widely. I know R.N. Williams is famous for their Chelsea's. Even Red Wing now has a Chelsea boot going. I do like these Astrolex. They are really a fantastic leather. Again, we've got the lining in there that helps to just make them so comfortable. We've got perforated insole to allow airflow. These have a Astrolex specific studded sole and a Goodyear welt, so they're also good for weather that is typical this time of year, but they just are a little bit more polished than the mock toes that we were looking at a little bit ago. So very comfortable, very much great heritage boots, but also a little more appropriate for some outings with family, a little bit more special type of circumstances than walking your dog in the big field. Lastly, I'm just going to show you these heavy-ass Chukkas, which I purchased recently. I looked into these at Marshall's. Some people have said how I scored with these boots. These are an all-leather, beautiful boot. Have, again, a wonderful slim profile, a minimum of like obvious contrasting thread stitching, a very low profile welt, completely leather sole. I've been putting a few miles on these. Really enjoy them. These are made of calfskin. You can tell from the very tight grain on this leather that it's a gorgeous calfskin. They're also lined. I can't tell you how pleased I am with these boots. They are just serving me beautifully. Chukka, you know, so even a lower profile from this standpoint of how tall they are. And they're round, so they're neutral. They're going to go with all kinds of different outfits and look great, you know, if you're just trying to set a nice example of polish and helping your host feel like you appreciate the kind of atmosphere that they're trying to cultivate with their festive gathering. So anyhow, there are other options that you all probably are aware of and have in your collection. I'd love to hear about what you would wear at a festive Thanksgiving gathering. Maybe have some really cool looking cowboy boots. I have a couple of other options that I didn't bring out, like my helm boots would probably work pretty well. But this gives you, I think, a nice variety. There, you know, when you start looking at the variety of heritage boots, the range is pretty nice. As far as you don't just necessarily have to look like you came straight out of the coal mine in eastern Minnesota when you go to have turkey dinner with your aunt. So that's what I have for today. I look forward to seeing what options you have in your collection, maybe what boots you're going to wear tomorrow when you have turkey dinner. And I wish you all fantastic Thanksgiving. Hope your weather is a little bit more pleasant than what we have going on here with all the snow and ice and closed roads. But in any case, happy Turkey Day, y'all. Take care. Bye.